What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another video. I'm doing some late night vibe marketing, I guess you could call it, where I'm collaborating with an AI and discussing something about an upcoming drop for my fashion brand Pathos of Things. Today is Thursday, August 7th, and GPT-5 came out today, and I've been using it most of the day building little things. I vibe coded a little app that helps people learn about fabrics, particularly fashion designers. It helps fashion designers learn about fabrics, and it quizzes them on information about fabric. I filmed a video about that that's going up on YouTube. It should be up by the time you see this video. And now I'm trucking along the 4-month program in the Fashion Brand Vault Pro Group, which should be done by the end of the week. But I need to fill out this hero product selection section. So I'm going to film the video now, and I'll put that video up on YouTube. And then the rest of the section will be available for download and discussion in the Skool group. So yeah, that's exactly what today's video is. I'm going to do some research with GPT-5 and pick a hero product to design for the Pathos of Things Spring Summer 2026 collection. So I have pretty much all of the fall and winter mapped out and designed already. Have pretty much all of the inventory done. My restock is pretty much ready to go. So there are a couple more months until Black Friday, and then I'm going to do the big Black Friday sale and then start teasing the spring summer 2026 around the new year. So that's what I want to focus on today. And I want to pick that hero product, and then I'll follow up with a video about fabrics. So after I decide what hero product I want to design for the spring capsule, I can then go into the fabrics that we'll use to make that garment. So I'm starting off the session tonight with GPT-5 selected, and then I have the research button selected. So all you have to do is go to this, click this plus button here, and then select deep research. The prompt I'm using is as follows: research upcoming trends for spring summer 2026. Parse the information for data related to luxury menswear and streetwear. The price point is $80 to $140 US. I'm going to elaborate on this prompt a little bit before we send it off. Goal is to craft a comprehensive report on par with the WGSN yearly fashion trend report. The reader will use this information to make informed decisions about what products to design for the next collection. The reader is a fashion designer and brand owner. Let's start with that. ChatGPT says, to ensure I create a trend report tailored to your needs, could you please confirm the following? Should the report focus globally or on specific regions, North America, Europe, Asia? Do you want the report to include visuals like mood boards or color palettes? Are there any particular subcategories you want covered? Outerwear, footwear, accessories? Do you want any competitive brand analysis included? Okay, let's fill this out. I'm going to say focus on North America, specifically the United States. Include color palettes and relevant photos of garments, people, source images from Vogue if possible. Focus on shirts, pants, and jackets. Yeah, that's fine. We can narrow it down after we get the report. Do you want any competitor brand analysis included? There are 2 brands off the top of my head. Include, represent, Elwood, and other brands in their space to the competitor brand analysis. It's maybe a little vague. I could probably get a little more specific with that last one, but I think that's fine for now. Let's send her off. Okay, it's starting the research. This might take a few minutes, so in the meantime, I think I'm just going to go through Pinterest and to look at some trends. Here is my Pinterest homepage. I'm noticing there's some AI art in here, which I don't love. I think AI art can be cool. Like, I think this looks cool. But I really want to see images of real models in real clothes right now. This is pretty cool. I'm going to save that. Anyway, let's just look up menswear 2026 and see what the picture says. I know it's pretty general, but let's see what some brands have been doing. So we got some Blue Marble, Prada. Okay, seeing a lot of greens and shades of green. Green. Okay, I like this orange Zania men's spring 2026. Let's click on this. See where this takes us. So I'm seeing a bunch of formal streetwear images here. Loafers with the cropped jacket and skinny black tie. Pretty trendy for 2024 and 2025, but I like it. How are we doing on that trend report? Okay, it's coming along. I like how if you check out Shop the Look here, there's quite the range. We have Boohoo Man, $10 faux leather varsity jacket, and then Bottega Veneta, $3,000, $7,000, $1,200. It's an interesting juxtaposition. I liked this. I saved this, so maybe let's go further into this lane. I like the neutral gray, white, black, blue, kind of washed, but dark and clean, but a little edgy. I like this vibe a lot. I try to channel this vibe when I'm creating for Pathos of Things. It's very New York City. And this is cool. This is a nice spring summer vibe with the light blue wash jeans and the white shirt. I like this classic summer fit for men. So what I'm seeing so far, at least just in my own Pinterest algorithm, is a minimal, nice fit, but not too tight and not too baggy. I like this tucked in tight shirt. It's almost like an undershirt, but it's thick enough where it can be worn as a main top layer. Same kind of thing here. This, in my opinion, is kind of like an expansion on the 2024 parachute jeans TikTok trend that everyone was wearing, and I even made a video about. It's kind of just like an elevated version of that. Some nicer materials, similar silhouette, but overall nicer products. This is the kind of aesthetic I was talking about. I mean, this looks cool, don't get me wrong. But I think a more fitted pair of pants without being too skinny, like not like a skinny jean, would go really well with this. this is the kind of thing I'm talking about in this here. So this is very similar to what I just put out in some of the photos that I took for my own Instagram. So let me pull that up. So these are some photos of me, and I'm wearing a very similar outfit to this, with the boots and the tailored trousers and a fitted black shirt. That's the exact fit I have going on here. So yeah, it makes sense that my algorithm is pretty dialed in. The content I make in real life is very similar to the content that I'm inspired by, as you could see. I like a lot of these looks because they're maybe a little old money inspired, but I don't think any of these people are old money. These all seem like, younger guys from, the new generation, tattoo money kind of vibe. So it's an evolution of the old money style, but it's more new money. And the only thing that I don't really want to do for my own brand, though, is falling into this kind of like Americana style, and then also just like the stereotypical Italy, European, semi-formal kind of style. I want to keep it New York City, a little edgy. Alright, checking back on the research, it's still going. Let's maybe refine our search a little bit. Menswear spring/summer 2026. Okay, more green, more orange, more light blue, baby blue. T-squared Resort 2026 menswear collection. I don't know if I'm trying to do resort. Let's look at this. This looks amazing. Ami, spring summer 2026. Alexandre Matusi, founder and creative director of Ami, presents his spring summer 2026 collection during Paris Fashion Week. Yeah, this looks great. More light blue, so this powdered blue, French blue shirt. I love this beige jacket. Saint Laurent with the green again. More green with these pants. These pants are cool. Let's check that out. I wonder if that's going to come up in the trend report. I bet it will. Let's look up a few specific brands. Here are some photos for Amiri spring summer 2026. I like the reds. The shades of red are very nice. Louis Vuitton. Nice, I like this wine/maroon color as well. So I'm seeing that similarity between Amiri and Louis Vuitton. Alright, so it took 9 minutes and pulled information from 31 sources like Vogue Business, US Fashion Network, WGSN, C2 Fashion Studio, more Vogue Business, more US Fashion Network, and so on. So let's read through this, and I can export this and I'll put it in the Skool group. Okay, spring summer 2026 fashion trends, menswear and streetwear for North America. Spring summer 2026 is set to be a season of redirection and refinement in menswear. In the US and across North America, designers are balancing bold new statements with an emphasis on functionality, sustainability, and personal style. The trend cycle has slowed, meaning consumers aren't overhauling their wardrobes every season, but rather seeking versatile pieces that can be restyled creatively. Color and fabric trends for spring-summer 26. Vibrant meets earthy. Despite economic uncertainties, optimism is returning to menswear through color, according to US Fashion Network. Let's look at that link. 10 top menswear trends for spring summer 2026. Let's check out the top 10. Let's check out all 10 of these. So we have anti-heat outfits. This looks cool. This is for Zania. 2 palazzo life. Comfortable loungewear. 3 stripes. That's cool. This is a very loud outfit. There are vertical and horizontal stripes with 2 shades of green. Or maybe that's a gray. Either way, it's cool though. I like it. And like the shoes match the shirt or jacket. 4 briefs. Okay. That's kind of strange. At least for me as an American, I feel like this is probably going to be bigger in Europe. 5, color explosion. Not really my thing. I'm trying to find more creative ways to use black personally. So this is cool, but not necessarily my style. 6, nylon tops / windbreakers. That's cool. I made nylon pants and I'm wearing a nylon windbreaker right now. So that's in line with my ethos. Designers use lightweight nylon and performance fabrics to create feather-light outfits that could hardly be felt on the skin. Number 7, V-neck tops. I wonder if people are really going to do like the deep V with no undershirt, or if it's going to be really more like this sweater vest kind of thing. Whenever I see V-neck shirts, I just think of this. This is probably too niche for the majority of you. My audience is already extremely niche, but the drummer for Periphery, this isn't loading, but the drummer for Periphery was like infamous for wearing a V-neck that was really, really deep. Let's see if I can find an image. Yeah, here it is. See, like every shirt he wore was like a deep V-neck, super deep V. Like every single one, I'm telling you. Anyway, weird niche tangent over. Let's continue. 8, cropped preppy cardigans. This is gonna go crazy in West Hollywood in LA. I don't know if it's for me, but I do like the idea of a kind of preppy cardigan. I just don't know if I think the crop on it is necessary. I think that's kind of like cropping it just for the sake of cropping it. 3-in-1 trousers. I don't know. 10, flip-flops. I don't love this too. I don't really have any interest designing flip-flops. I don't even like wearing flip-flops. I do like wearing slides and mules instead of flip-flops if I'm not wearing sneakers or boots. And I would love to design a pair of mules. Like these. I think these are the Uranus by PDF. I think these are so fire. And the ones in white, yeah, these are the ones. These are so sick. I feel like mules are now maybe not as in trend, but I would much rather wear these instead of like flip-flops. But these were really big, like over the last couple of years, this style, and like doing a mule. Even maybe over the last 5 or 6 years, Fear of God did a mule, like every brand did. And now it seems like for 2026, the opposite is happening, where instead of the big chunky shoe, it's like very minimal and showing your foot more with a flip-flop or a variation of a flip-flop. Let's read a little bit more about the colors. So, transformative teal, a blue-green color of the year, 2026, according to WGSN, reflects a fusion of aquatic green and classic blue, symbolizing an earth-first mindset and offering a cooling, regenerative vibe. Let's open up that source. Okay, here it is. Color of the year, 2026, transformative teal, according to WGSN. There's a whole article. These are AI images. That's interesting. They probably used Midjourney. I use Midjourney too. I could probably make some videos about that. Let me know if you want to see that in the comments. Why will transformative teal be the color of the year for 2026? Every year, WGSN and Coloro combine their powers to forecast the color of the year. Digital Lavender took the title for 2023. Apricot Crush reigned supreme for 2024. Let's look at Apricot Crush. This is cool. I remember this. So this shade of orange is really big in 2024. And then Future Dusk is 2025, the current year. I think this one is really cool. And my current collection, or my most recent drop, is kind of in this vibe. I kind of leaned into this a little bit. I didn't go as deep into the purple, with more of a blue. But yeah, Future Dusk, and then 2026, here we go, Transformative Teal. So this is really cool. I bet I can make like a super cool pair of shorts or something for summer that uses this color or something. I'll have to think about it more. Let's keep reading. Transformative teal brings a sense of freshness, calm, and restoration. Represents change and redirection, and can help encourage resilience in the face of complex climate challenges. Okay. So going into the sustainable, diversity, nature, inclusive, and those are all the keywords that come to mind. We have also seen growing interest in green and blue in purchase-related searches in recent months. So that's some consumer data reporting there. People, for whatever reason, are more likely to click on green and blue because they're searching for products that are green and blue. Consumers have reached exhaustion in an era of excess stimulation and reduced attention spans, worsened by the fatigue of negative news cycles and readjusting to the post-pandemic world. As a result, brands must find new ways to stand out from the competition. According to WGSN research, 98% of respondents say their purchasing decisions are influenced by color. It's interesting. Okay, let's go back to our GPT5 trend report and just keep reading. The next color is electric fuchsia, a bold neon between pink and purple, exuding a playful yet provocative energy. This hue injects a rebellious digital era vibrancy into spring-summer 2026 palettes, according to C2 Fashion Studio. Let's load up this source. Here's that teal color, and then here's what I'm assuming is the fuchsia. Yeah, there's transformative teal, so WGSN and C2 Fashion Studio are on the same page. Summer 2026 transformative teal is going to be big. So that's something I should really think about as I pick the hero product moving forward. I like the idea of this satin looking garment here because it kind of looks almost like a wave. I think I could do something cool maybe with nylon and maybe like a windbreaker. I love this marble liminal space with the teal color. Cool, I love it. Okay, electric fuchsia. Here's that pink, purple, neon. It's very cyberpunk. I don't know if I would use this for my own brand, but this could be cool for the Sugar Baby concept. If you've been keeping up with my Build a Brand series on YouTube, and you probably know, or you definitely know about the Sugar Baby concept, the sporty chic brand, the last drop that I made a concept for that brand, at least in season 1 of the series, was for a tennis collection, like a tennis wear collection. But I think the next drop we could pivot it and do more world building and focus more on this kind of electric fuchsia aesthetic for the next spring summer collection. That's just an idea. Blue aura. Okay, so this is that powder blue that I noticed, and if you rewind or if you watch this video again, you'll see that I noticed this when I was looking at trends on Pinterest, that this color came up. a few times on runway shows for some of the bigger luxury brands. So I really like this. I've already kind of done this powdered blue color for Pathos. So now that gives me something to think about. I like this transformative teal. I think this is a little bit more different for what I do. I think it'll be a little more eye-catching, but this blue aura color is maybe a little more on brand. So I'll have to think about that. I like this reference with the glass. It's cool that C2 includes like a mood board here. Next color, Amber Haze. So that's here in the GPT report, and Jelly Mint is in there as well. Is that next? Yeah, Jelly Mint. So Amber Haze here, this yellow, I like this. Not really for me and my brand. And then Jelly Mint. I actually think this is really cool. I think this is kind of a similar lane to the teal or this green. Man, and I have quite a few ideas. I love the teal and I love the Jelly Mint. It's like a seafoam green. Jelly Mint is described here by C2 and ChatGPT as a youthful minty green that embraces kawaii cuteness and optimism. It's a playful pastel green that brings a refreshing pop and speaks to micro joys and well-being. I think if I rocked a seafoam green Pathos statement piece, like hero product, that made it edgy like this, like grays and the edgy lighting, and instead of kawaii, like I made it edgy, but with this like statement pop out seafoam green, that could be really cool. Alongside these key hues, earthy neutrals continue to dominate but are evolving. Soft browns are on the rise. I usually avoid brown in my designs, reflecting an appreciation for natural materials. Yeah, earth natural keeps popping up. Trend forecasters project a slight decline in pure black usage, down around 1%. Okay, so that's not really going to affect me because I'm a small brand, so pure black usage being down 1% by bigger brands is like, it has no effect on me. But it's good to know. It's just something to think about moving forward. I think it might be a cool challenge for me to actually design with less black. At first I was thinking of going all in on black and then just trying to get creative with black because that's a challenge within itself. So, and then on the other side, it's creating with less black because that's also a challenge, but just for different reasons. I'll have to think about that more. Notably, posts featuring black denim are expected to drop around 6%. So that's something I need to think about. I have restock, like a very small restock of some black denim jackets that I'm going to do in the fall. And then whatever I have left, I'm just going to sell for really cheap for Black Friday and just get them out of the way. So then people have denim for the winter, and then I'm completely sold out of black denim by the spring and summer. You know, on to the next thing, because people are not going to be buying any kind of black denim next spring or summer, it seems, according to the trends. And I'm maybe getting, it's maybe a little hyperbolic. I don't want to say like nobody's going to be buying that. It's just going to statistically be less. And I'd rather not fight an uphill battle, you know, put out stuff that people actually want to buy. Darker greens will also gain importance with teal shades rising, especially in outerwear. So that was the first thing that I noticed when we were going through the Pinterest mood board. It's come up on every single one of these articles so far in the sources. C2 Fashion Studio, Vogue Business, WGSN, they're all saying that these teal green shades are going to be big. Okay, so that was the full breakdown on color. Next we have materials and textures. Sustainable and natural fibers underpin the color story. I had a feeling ChatGPT was going to say that. All of these AI tools have a little bit of woke programmed into them. And whenever it comes to manufacturing, they're always like, be as sustainable as possible, which I get it. I love that. Let's do it. But it like every chance that it gets to say, be sustainable, it brings that up. So yeah, here we go. First thing it says in the materials and textures, sustainable and natural fibers. Lightweight, breathable fabrics are key for the warming climate. Linen continues its strong run. U.S. retail saw a 46% year-over-year increase in linen trouser offerings in spring 25 and will be further invested in for 2026. Expect to see unstructured cottons, hemp blends, seersucker, and gauze for shirts and suits, aligning with the anti-heat trend of airy, layered summer dressing. At the same time, technical fabrics play a role. Designers are using parachute nylon and performance textiles to create ultralight windbreakers and shirts. This mix of organic texture and technical sheen gives Spring/Summer 26 collections a tactile richness. Okay. You can read this more for this materials and texture section. Again, this will be in the Skool group. Let's keep going. Key style and silhouette trends for North America. Nerdy, preppy revival. Prep is back with a nerdy twist. Geek chic. Let's check that out. Let's look up geek chic on Pinterest. I'll look up for men. Okay, here we go. Geek is the new sexy. This is giving me like 2011 scene kid millennial vibe. Like, watches Twilight, unironically, lives in the suburbs, still depressed for whatever reason. That's the vibe I get. I'm seeing glasses are in, but that's pretty cool. I'm with that. What else we got? Men are pairing sweaters over shirt and tie combos, rocking high-waisted shorts with long socks. That's very preppy. And embracing retro tailoring details like tweed or corduroy touches in spring. Gingham, in particular, will be a key fabric for shirts and cord sets, with forecasted visibility up 59% from last summer. AKA this summer, because it's talking about 2026. Short sleeve button up shirts, think 1950s style camp shirts. Short sleeve button up shirt. Okay, this is kind of cool. I feel like when I was in college back in like 2017, maybe 2018, this was kind of in trend at H&M. And I bought a couple of these for like $12 a shirt because I was a broke college kid. And they were cool for like a week, and then they became like really corny and associated with corny people. So I stopped wearing them. But this style I think is cool. And this is on a woman, but I think this would work well on a guy. That's something to think about. I'm going to save this. It's kind of like a oversized mechanic shirt, but it's also like a muscle shirt. So it shows off the biceps and triceps. So if you're a guy and you work out and you wear this shirt, you're probably going to look jacked. In practical terms, this trend suggests incorporating pieces like Oxford shirts, lightweight blazers, cardigan vests, and Bermuda shorts, but infusing them with novel details like collegiate stripes or crests, contrast piping, or deliberately oversized glasses as styling props. The color palette skews classic like navy, cream, pastel blue, and sage, with pops of playful color, Kelly green, orange, to keep it youthful. Okay, I don't know how into that trend I'm going to lean, but I think the idea I had before was doing the nerdy preppy thing and then making it a little edgier. Moving on. Utilitarian workwear and cargo. function meets fashion in the ongoing cargo pants and workwear resurgence. So that's been going strong for a couple years now. For spring-summer 2026, utilitarian styling goes mainstream, fueled by the outdoor and corpcore aesthetics. I made a whole video about corpcore, and I made a big mood board about the corpcore aesthetic. That's on my YouTube channel. Expect to see cargo trousers absolutely everywhere, from rugged trail-inspired variants to sleek streetwear versions, as this item is set to soar for spring-summer 26. Okay, that's good to know. Cargo pants typically have high margins, are cheap to manufacture and sell well, and do well with social media ads. This trend is particularly relevant in the American market, where outdoor lifestyle and streetwear often intersect. We're effectively seeing a fusion of technical outdoor gear and urban fashion. A man might pair loose cargo pants with an oversized graphic tee and hiking sneakers for a city look, or throw a lightweight work jacket over a hoodie. Carhartt and the North Face have long championed this aesthetic. Now luxury labels and fast fashion alike are on board. Key items to design might include multi-pocket cargo pants, shirt jackets with utility pockets, and workwear influenced denim pieces, heavy washed or raw denim with carpenter details. Consumers love the authentic, sturdy feel of these items, and as one expert puts it, it's clothing where every seam and every pocket feels incredibly intentional. Okay, whenever it's a little, jargony, but I get it. Statement accessories and styling details. That's cool. If you want to read this, check it out in the Skool. I'm going to just keep going though, because I don't have any intention of designing accessories at the moment. Tailoring and flared silhouettes. So that's cool. I could maybe do a restock of the nylon trousers, or maybe I just keep those in stock year round. They're not really a seasonal piece. Those are nice tailored trousers. Maybe I could do a different colorway. I have no interest in designing flared jeans. As we scroll down, we see a note here about fitted sportwear being on the rise. Tight-ribbed tanks, compression tops, and retro running shorts are becoming more acceptable as everyday wear. Seeing that is kind of a thing in Miami right now. Ronnie J in particular is doing that. He's a producer. He rocks the really tight kind of compression shirt, cropped shirt style all the time in like all of his photos. But he's got swag for sure. I think a lot of these fits are super hard. I think this fit is super hard. Next we see sportswear and bloke core influence. That's this aesthetic. Pretty big in Europe, and I guess now it's making its way over to America. I'm not super into it. I don't watch soccer or football, and I don't really wear that type of low top sneaker, which I think is like a staple piece, and I don't wear loafers. So none of these things really would ever appear in my wardrobe based on my personal taste. So I'm just going to keep going. Here now we're at the competitor brand analysis section. In the $80 to $140 price segment of luxury streetwear, a number of brands are shaping the market. Okay, yeah, obviously. Here's a look at key competitors. Okay, nice. Represent, Hellwood, Fear of God Essentials, ALD or I Melee on Door, and then some other notable brands: Kith, Stussy, Noah, Palm Angels, Stone Island, Off-White Rouge, and that sources. Okay, so I'll just smash through this really quick. Seems like Represent's going to continue doing edgy graphics and premium fabrics. So I also think they're going to start doing a lot more big collaborations with more general big brands. I'm pretty sure this launched today or within the last couple days. This Represent 47 collab, or basically it's just a bunch of the big MLB brand logos with the Represent logo on the side and then the 47 logo on the other side. And of course, they sold like crazy. So Represent is now in their phase where they're so big that they can really start leveraging the power of these other legacy brands, licensing the logos for the New York Mets. You could see here, and they have one for the LA Dodgers, like you could see here. That's leveraging, some of the biggest franchises in the history of American sports. So yeah, like for sure, if I was a fan of Represent, I'd bought something from them before, or been was thinking about buying something from them, and I wanted to get like a new hat for my favorite baseball team, like hell yeah, I might as well just get the Represent one. Like it's on sale, they just launched it. You know what I mean? Like if you think about it like that, it's kind of like a no-brainer for their audience. And it also helps them just appeal to a mass market. So I digress. I think Represent's going to start doing that type of thing a lot more in the next year. Elwood is going to continue doing the vintage streetwear aesthetic, the LA vintage streetwear thing. They kind of own that space. I don't really want to compete with that, so I don't think I'm going to do like terry fleece hoodies or sweatpants or anything like that moving forward. Not for the next collection. Fear God Essentials is introducing suede fleece and canvas and nylon fabric, so it's now elevating beyond just the regular cotton basics like the hoodies and sweats, but it's still in a place that's below the mainline Fear of God. ALD leans more into the preppy ethos, or the preppy vibe. They're doing more big collabs like Porsche and the New York Yankees. That's cool. I can't really draw much from that or pull much from that. My brand is small. I'm not going to do any collaborations with a big or German heritage car maker. This trend report says for 2026, we expect ALD to continue drawing on nostalgia, likely offering pieces like mesh knit polos, collegiate cardigans, short shorts, and statement jackets. So I think for my hero products that I'll elaborate and look at some fabrics for in the next video are going to be like a fitted shirt, almost like a fitted compression shirt. I think that could be really fire. And then also a pair of baggy cargo pants, nylon baggy cargo pants to go with the fitted compression shirt. I think that would be pretty lit. This video is getting long, so I'm going to elaborate in the next video. But I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you learned something about prompting and using GPT-5. I'm going to put this video up on YouTube and in my Skool group, old fashioned report, trend report. From this prompt, you can grab it in the Skool community. The link is in the description. You join and introduce yourself. And come party with us. If there's a topic you'd like me to cover in a future video, leave a comment, hit the like and subscribe and bell notification, all that. You know what it is, and I'll see you in the next one.